Micah Garrett and Jacob Axemaker checking into the game for Lane. Isaiah Wallace and Silas Wright to take a seat. Lane up pretty big now, 26-18 with 7:58 left to go. Titans going on a little bit of a run here and trying to capitalize. TJ Zimmerman also back on the floor. Now Javon Blackmore making a few moves outside. Izzy Golden from the left arc. That one no good, not able to convert on that one.
And he hit a three earlier while our connection was down, and the crowd erupted.
Kamana Lapina comes up with it and now gets it over to Cedric Barnes, and Barnes able to miss that one. Garrett comes away with it. He's pushing it up court. Now hands it off to Jacob Axemaker, top of the key. Jacob LaBounty, yes! LaBounty from three tonight. 2 of 2 from three-point range, and it's now 29-18 Lane.
LaBounty has a really smooth game. I like his game at the 5 position.
Zimmerman inside and draws the and one. So it'll be the third foul committed by Lane in this game, and Zimmerman first trip to the line tonight. Shooting about 66% from the line this season. And he is able to convert on the end one. So Zimmerman now in double digits with his point total, 13 points on the night.
Yeah, I think he might be in for a big night again.
Now here's Jacob LaBounty working against TJ Zimmerman. We said we're going to see that matchup a lot. Little fadeaway shot from LaBounty, no good. Liam Spencer comes away with it. Now it gets stolen right by Blackmore. As a little weak bounce pass from Spencer, wasn't able to. Blackmore coming up with it and goes up hard and able to get it in. Javon Blackmore was so athletic, especially with a one-on-one situation. He's not afraid to go up there and get fouled, and it pays off there. He'll go to the free throw line to try to convert on the and one.
Yeah, he just blew by the entire defense. That was a delight to watch. And Javon Blackmore is just go, go, go 100% of the time.
Blackmore at the free throw line, able to convert on the and one. It's now 32-21, 11-point lead with 6:35 left to go. Lapina with the bounce pass down low to Zimmerman. Zimmerman once again working the post spin move, trying to catch LaBounty off guard and wins the battle there against LaBounty. Able to bank shot that one off the backboard.
He's already taken 16 shots, made 7 of them for 15 points.
And now Blackmore trying to do the same spin and moves around and puts in the floater. It feels like every time Linn Benton scores, Lane's right there to answer. It's really showed the distance between both these teams, as here's a drive inside from Lundy, no good. Izzy Golden comes away with it. Now Blackmore able to get away from a few Roadrunners. He goes up with it and not able to finish, but either way, a nice move from Javon Blackmore. And now Michael Lundy will bring it up. And they're going to be a travel call. That was clear as day. He just stopped. He was looking for someone. I don't think he meant to stop because he kind of looked around, realizing that he made the mistake. But either way, it'll be a turnover for Linn Benton, and Lane will get it back.
Dude, the runners are just, I think they're reeling from the constant pressure that Javon Blackmore is putting on their defense. I think it's very clear that they don't have a single guy that's half as athletic as Javon Blackmore.
Now here is Jacob Axemaker with a three-point attempt. That one, no good. Lapina able to haul it in, no one around him. Lapina making a few moves inside against Blackmore. Now Micah Garrett working in the post. Cade Smith trying to go up with it, and he gets fouled on the way up. It'll be 2 shots for Cade Smith, the freshman out of Tigard.
These Roadrunners are not a great free throw shooting team. Lane is, but the Roadrunners are 29th in the conference in free throw percentage.
Yeah, it really is amazing to see how Linn Benton is so far up in the conference standings, besides being pretty much not top in anything. I mean, they shoot 44%. That's 23rd in the conference. They shoot 64%, 29th in the conference. Like, Really, the only thing that they rank top in is in rebounding, and they're one of the better rebounding teams in all the conference, averaging around 39 a game. But either way, just really surprising this team is in 4th place. Now Silas Wright, top of the key, gets it back to Blackmore, and then a little hot potato action back to right. Now Micah Garrett, top of the key, making a few moves inside. Going up with it, no good, blocked by Boss. Garrett able to come back with it and hits the putback jumper.
Micah Garrett staying with it, comes off the bench, and he's just as hot as he was before.
3-pointer good from Michael Lundy, as Linn Benton wasted no time inbounding it and getting cross court to Lundy. Now here's Blackmore working against Zimmerman, going up with it. That one no good. Looked like Boss got a hand on it, and he kind of threw it out of bounds.
Look at Blackmore going right at Zimmerman. Looked like he was maybe trying to get him into foul trouble.
36-27 with 4:29 left to play in the first half. There's another timeout is going to be called on the floor. We'll step aside for a quick break, but the rest of the first half come your way when we return. It's a 9-point Lane lead with 4:29 left to play in the first half. The Roadrunners are going to start with it out of the timeout break, and Lapina will bring it up for them. Roadrunners have been shooting pretty good, 38% from the field up to this point. Lane doing a lot better though, 43%. As here's Boss, who drove inside and won the battle there. They're able to put 2 more points. Now it's back to single-digit deficit for Linn Benton. Now Isaiah Wallace in the corner, thought about taking the 3, instead going to swing it back to Micah Garrett. Now Blackmore, top of the key. He makes a move inside, out to Isaiah Wallace, near corner. Yes!
There's Blackmore again, just absolutely collapsing the defense with an incredible crossover there.
So Wallace's 3 makes a double-digit lead for Lane once again, and now he's going to get tagged with a foul. Played some really good defense against Michael Lundy, but they're going to say a little too much contact there. Down by the baseline. Lane trying to win this one and finish at 500 in the conference. They came in here 7-8. Linn Benton, even if they lose this game, they would still have a winning record in conference. As here's TJ Zimmerman in the post against Labounty.
Labounty gives up a lot of pounds inside to Zimmerman, and he couldn't quite overpower him there. It was Zimmerman overpowering him.
Now here's Axemaker working around the screen. He'll put up a floater from the baseline. That one's good. Jacob Axemaker able to connect there on the tough floater shot. And now here's Zimmerman in the post against Labounty once again. Now he gets doubled up. Blackmore comes out of nowhere, and he still wins the battle. Blackmore came in to try to offer some help, but Zimmerman, so dominant in the post, wins that battle again.
He saw right through that double team. It didn't seem like he was even sensing it.
Now Blackmore in the 3 trains that one. How about Javon Blackmore? Playmaking and shooting as well.
Yeah, his hands are all over every possession for the Titans.
Now here's a baseline jumper from Cade Smith that's good. Back to a 9-point Linn Benton deficit. And now Blackmore driving inside, baseline. No good. Grabs his own rebound out of nowhere and puts it back.
Dude, he looked like a pogo stick there, going right back up with it.
And here's Michael Lundy driving in. They're going to call a foul, I believe, against Labounty, who went up with Lundy on the other end. I mean, these teams right now, they're playing so fast. It really doesn't matter if they score or miss the shot. As soon as the other team gets their hands on the ball, it's up the court with at least 2 seconds. Michael Lundy not able to hit his first free throw. He's got 5 points on the night. It's crazy. You look at the stat sheet. TJ Zimmerman, 19 points. And then the second guy right below him is Michael Lundy with 5 points. Like, that's just how much Zimmerman has done for this team. And Lundy is able to hit his second free throw.
Yeah, and the team relies on Zimmerman. That's just how it goes. And they live and die by the Zimmerman post hook.
Quick ball moving from Lane, and now back to Blackmore at the top of the key. 17 seconds on the shot clock. Blackmore trying to set up a play. He'll drive inside. Kicks out to Isaiah Wallace. Now Wallace drives in. And it went off the foot of Wallace. It wasn't going to get called for a kickball violation. Cade Smith comes away with it. And now be Zimmerman top of the key. He'll take a three-pointer. No good. Michael Garrett reaches up and comes away with it. He'll push up the court quickly. Now here's Jacob Axmaker near wing. Yes!
He was in motion there. He was running to his left and then still was able to control his body to stick that three. Nothing but net.
And now there's a three-point attempt that answers from Boss. So Roadrunners and Titans are just trading shots right now.
Yeah, Bennett Boss takes a lot of threes himself, and he hits them at a 36% rate.
Blackmore on the far wing now gets a screen from LeBounty working inside, and looks like they're going to call a foul against Lapina, who's playing defense on Blackmore. And
quite frankly, Lapina's been kind of lost out there. He has not been able to hang with Blackmore.
Junior Leggy checks into the game. Minute 15 left in the first half. And look at Javon Blackmore trying to find Isaiah Wallace in. He went up with it, but he'll get fouled and 2 for 2.
That was a creative baseline out of bounds play drawn up by C.J. Edwards and caught the Roadrunner defense off guard.
It'll be Wallace's first trip to the line tonight. And he knocks down the first one. Both teams have committed 6 fouls up to this point.
I like Isaiah Wallace. He's a true bench mob gunner, and gives me Lou Williams vibes because he plays starter minutes off the bench.
It really does. And alongside Izzy Golden, I mean, the two of the more dominant three-point shooters on this team. And it's crazy because most of the time they don't even start. But like you said, they're just bench mob snipers that come off and will give you huge minutes when you need it. Now here's Michael Lundy. Gets it down low to Zimmerman, who got double teamed. We're probably going to see that a lot. Now he gets double teamed again. Back out to Lapina. Top of the key. That one no good. Blackmore able to corral it. Less than a minute left in the first half.
Maybe looking for the 2-for-1 opportunity here.
Now Junior Leggy. We haven't seen him since the start of the game, so we'll see how many minutes he gets here down the stretch. Javon Blackmore drives in, grabs his own miss, and fighting for it, goes back up with it, and puts it in. How about Javon Blackmore coming away with the offensive rebound?
Yeah, great hustle.
3 Roadrunners were around him, yet he still was able to come away with it.
Yeah, he ran a little bit too far there initially, but he collected himself.
From Lundy is no good, and the shot clock will be turned off. Lane will get the last shot attempt here. Blackmore to bring it up slowly for the Titans.
I think we know who's getting the last shot. Javon Blackmore.
Blackmore driving inside. That one no good. Blabani tipping it up and tips it in. What an ending to the first half. Lane, they were kind of keeping pace with Linn Benton on the other side, but they have just run away with it. 55-39 heading into halftime. This team really hasn't had the ideal season, but they're playing with a lot of heart out there in the final regular season game.
Absolutely. The Lane Titans are really fun to watch. It's really a pleasure to be out here on the Lane campus. It's been a really fun night for me. And aside from that, I think the fans are really enjoying the show the Titans are putting on, up 16 here at the end of the first half.
Javon Blackmore with 13 points. Jacob Labonte not too far behind him with 12, as well as Micah Garrett also with 12 points. TJ Zimmerman for the Roadrunners has been absolutely dominant. He scored 19 of Linn Benton's 39 points in the first half. You can expect him to be looked a lot in the second half by both teams. Lane trying to shut him down. The Titans, they're shooting pretty good, 50% from the field and 60%, 9 of 15 from beyond the arc. The Titans have just done so well in this game up to this point, and they are going to need a second half performance to try to win the final regular season game for them. We'll step aside for a break, but 14 minutes away, second half action coming your way on the other side of this break here on the Lane Streaming Network. Halftime over just like that. And the second half of action just about to get underway in about 50 seconds or so. So we'll go on back here with Ryan Oppenheimer. Ryan, we talked about it before halftime that Lane, they just played really, really well. And I think that's something that they haven't done so far this season. They just played a complete first quarter, but they showed it right there. They shot the ball well. They were, rebounding the ball really well. They played defense really well. Just all facets of the game. It's all working right now for Lane.
Oh, yeah, they're playing very sound. And 11 assists, 2 turnovers. They're only one under their average for assists on the year. And they've shot really well from three-point land as well. 9 of 15. Javon Blackmore leading the way. He's been all over this game. And if things continue how they went in the first half, Lane's going to be looking at ending this season with 2 straight wins.
And that'd be big. It'd be big for sure, especially with their 7-8 conference record, getting back to 500 and ending the year on that. Lane will start out with possession here in the second half. Javon Blackmore, Junior Leggy, Jacob Labonte, Jacob Axmaker, and Micah Garrett will be the 5 players out there for the Titans. Mike Garrett will be at the top of the key. Now hands off to Javon Blackmore. Swings it over to Junior Leggy at the top of the key. Now Jacob Labonte against TJ Zimmerman. We saw that matchup a lot in the first half, and Zimmerman wins that battle, steals it out of the hands, and is going to bring it up for the Roadrunners. Zimmerman got left alone, now matched up again with Labonte. Kicks it outside to his wing boss, and now he'll turn around with it. Fadeaway jumper, no good. Actually, that was Cade Smith with the fadeaway jumper who missed. Now Labonte, other end. Hands off to Micah Garrett at the left arc. And now Javon Blackmore working against Trey Cannon. Hands off to Micah Garrett. Mike Garrett driving inside. That one no good. Zimmerman got a hand on it, kind of lost his grip on it, but able to come away. Trey Cannon going to bring it up for Linn Benton. And now there's a three-pointer left wing. That one no good off the hands of Bennett Boss. And now here's Blackmore. Labonte, top of the key, all alone. No good. Garrett got a hand on it, but tipped it in the hands of Cade Smith for the Roadrunners. And that'll be Trey Cannon. Swing it over to Cade Smith, baseline, driving in against Leggy. Leggy comes in with the block. Back in the hands of Cade Smith. A good defense there by Leggy, and Labonte comes away with it.
Yeah, that's what he's in the starting lineup for, playing defense. And he's a glue guy whose impact really doesn't show up on the stat sheet, but it was felt there.
Now Leggy working in the high post. He'll take a shot from the high post. That one misses, hit off the backboard. Bennett Boss able to corral it in. Now gets ahead to Michael Lundy. Down low to Cade Smith. Now up top, TJ Zimmerman. Yes! So TJ Zimmerman get a little ice in his veins celebration after hitting that 3. Now has 22 points on the night. He has been the star for this Roadrunner team. And now Javon Blackmore looking to answer outside of Micah Garrett. Top of the key. Cash! Micah Garrett answers with a three-pointer of his own. And it's back to a 58-42 Lane lead.
Tremendous understanding by Blackmore.
Zimmerman was trying to find Lundy. He was cutting towards the basket, but Labonte was able to come away with it. Now here's Javon Blackmore. It'll be Micah Garrett in the corner. He'll pull it from the high post. Yes! Micah Garrett continuing his hot streak from the first half. 17 points on the night now for Garrett.
Going to say tremendous understanding of the game by Blackmore. He's just a great distributor. He's been doing it all night long.
Now Zimmerman in the post, and he's going to hand it off to Trey Cannon. Cannon couldn't get to go. He grabs his own miss, puts it back up, no good. And no call there. It looked like Blackmore touched it going out of bounds. And finally a whistle is blown after all that chaos down in the post. They're going to say it was a foul, I believe, against Lane, so it'll stay with Linn Benton. And the Roadrunners are going to have another shot to try and decrease the deficit. Down by 18 points, largest deficit of the night. Now in the corner, Cannon all alone. Cash! Trey Cannon inching the Roadrunners a little bit closer, only down by 15 now.
Doesn't hit a ton of threes, only 24.1%, but nice stroke there.
And here's Micah Garrett High pass down to Jacob Labounty, who's working in the post against TJ Zimmerman. He'll spin around, looking for the foul there, doesn't get it. Davion Burdett gonna bring it up for the Roadrunners. He got a screen and he will send Blackmore down to the ground. Gonna call it a foul against Blackmore.
Yeah, it's a blocking foul.
Both teams continue the fast-paced intensity from the first half. And now we're going to see Lane's top two shooters, Izzy Golden and Isaiah Wallace, check back into the game. Jacob Axmaker and Javon Blackmore will take a seat. 16:09 left to play as Lundy got tripped up a little bit. Now down low to Boss. Boss working in the post against Golden. He'll go up against Golden and Labounty. Not able to win that battle as Golden comes away with it.
Yeah, just ran into the wall of Jaden Labounty. All that length bothering that shot.
Isaiah Wallace is 1 for 2 from three-point range in the first half. Only 5 points on the night. And now he drives in up the middle, and let's call it a offensive foul against Wallace as Cannon kind of got shoved there towards the end.
A little bit of an arm extension from Wallace. I think he wouldn't have gotten that much separation on the layup if he didn't do that.
And you can see Isaiah Wallace, he's holding his hands up, standing right next to Cannon. Cannon working on Wallace. Now gets a screen from Zimmerman. Over towards his right. Zimmerman just left of the key. Now down low, Boss. Actually, that's Cade Smith working against Leggy and comes away with it. Isaiah Wallace on the ground with it. And they're going to call it a jump ball as Trey Cannon kind of just dove towards Isaiah Wallace trying to fight for it. Possession clock will say it stays with Linn Benton on their side. Burdett to inbound. He gets it to Zimmerman down low, and that one gets blocked. Micah Garrett pushing it up court. Gets double teamed for a second. Able to find an open man, Leggy, and then Isaiah Wallace ultimately comes away with it. About a fourth of the way done here as Micah Garrett three-point attempt is no good. Liam Spencer able to chase it down, but Trey Cannon ends up coming up with it. And Micah Garrett looking to intercept the cross-court pass there to Burdett. Tipped it away. Now Burdett going in with it. That one no good. Smith grabs the rebound, blocked by Labounty, and Labounty comes away with it.
Labounty has had a tremendous defensive game, bothering yet another shot down low, and now he runs the floor, tries to dunk it down.
What a look there from Izzy Golden to find Labounty. He had a few Roadrunners trailing him, and it was a good pass inside. Labounty will go to the free throw line and shoot for two, but it looks like we are going to have a timeout on the floor. 60-45. The Roadrunners are staying within striking distance, but Lane not letting them get anywhere close to them here in the final 15 minutes of the regular season. We'll step aside for a quick break. When we return, though, rest of the second half coming your way. Labounty will start at the free throw line and shoot for two after he was fouled, trying to go for a dunk before the timeout.
And he's got his double-double already, 12 points, 12 boards.
Labounty, first one bounces in. He's shooting 68% from the line this year. He's only had one game this entire season where he hasn't scored a point. He's scored in every single game that he's played in, besides one. Is not able to make the second one there. Cade Smith hauls it in. And a missed opportunity there for Linn Benton. A costly turnover as looks like Burdett was trying to find someone down low. So it'll be a turnover for the Roadrunners. And Jacob Axmaker checking in for Micah Garrett. Looks like we're going to see some full court defense here from Roadrunners. Blackmore also back into the game. Blackmore working against Cannon. Now it gets it back to LeBounty, top of the key. Swings it over to Axmaker. Axmaker working through the screen. Now bounce pass down low to LeBounty, working against TJ Zimmerman. Seen that battle a lot. Hook shot, no good. Zimmerman comes away with it. 14 minutes left to play in regulation. Zimmerman, top of the key against LeBounty. He'll drive in, and he'll get in the low post, working inside, underneath the basket, and he gets fouled on the way up. He'll go to the free throw line and shoot for 2.
Yeah, on the other hand, Jaden LeBounty's playing well, but TJ Zimmerman has 22 points. That leads all scorers in this game by 5. Second is Micah Garrett at 17, but TJ Zimmerman has been the entire offense.
He really has, and I mean, I think he's been the reason that the Roadrunners have stuck in this up to this point, but basketball is a team sport for a reason. Even though he's going off right now, it's still not enough to get super close within lane. He's had a run, but the Titans have definitely taken notice, and they've been able to lock him down a little bit better. Zimmerman makes his second free throw. It's now 61-47. Blackmore bringing it up. Silas Wright checks into the game. Blackmore drives inside, kind of fell to the ground. They're going to call a travel against him. Would have probably a good thing because there were 4 Roadrunners around him that would have gotten the steal.
Yeah, he's been in control for most of this game, but he got a little out of control. Tends to do that sometimes when he's attacking the basket. Struggles to jump stop and then go right up with the layup.
Zimmerman in the high post against LeBounty. Now he'll drive in against LeBounty. Spin move. LeBounty playing really good defense. No good. Off the side of the rim. LeBounty grabs the rebound. Javon Blackmore going up ahead. No good. Chumps up with it. Silas Wright trying to put it back. Grabs the rebound. Puts it back in.
Yeah, padding the stats there with a couple rebounds, couple offensive rebounds.
Really nice offensive presence there from Silas Wright as Cade Smith answers with his post shot of his own. Now here's Blackmore on the near wing. He'll drive in against Cannon. Goes up with it and gets fouled. Blackmore at the line to shoot for 2. That's really been his bread and butter all year. He's such an athletic guy, and he gets that call a lot that, why not do it? He's so athletic. He's able to win that battle if he could just go in and, whether he's able to put it in or not, either way, he ends up at the free throw line to shoot for 2. Blackmore not able to make his first one.
And that's a nice way of initiating their offense. I've seen the men's and women's teams do this for the Lane Titans. The dribble handoff to the side, handing it off to an aggressive attacker like Blackmore really works, and it's a fun offense to watch.
15-point Lane lead with over 12 minutes left to play in this second half. And here's a few moves inside for Zimmerman. What a move.
Ooh, up and under.
The big man working down low against Silas Wright. Izzy Golden. First time we've seen him in this second half. Now Blackmore, move inside, baseline, no one around him. Underneath the basket and goes in. What a move from Blackmore.
Oh, lucky bounce there, but far from lucky to get that ball up there and speed past those defenders with that baseline drive.
Bounce pass to the high post, Zimmerman. LeBounty on the bench, now he's working against Wright, and he goes up with it, and they're going to call a foul against Wright.
More free throws for TJ Zimmerman. It's going to be his 4th and 5th attempts of the game.
Not able to make his first free throw. Cedric Barnes and Kamana Lapina checked into the game for Linn Benton. Zimmerman makes his second, and he's up to 27 points now on the night.
1 point per minute.
So now here's Javon Blackmore. Lane sitting pretty comfortable. Mid-range jumper from Micah Garrett. Good. So Garrett picks up where he left off in the first half in the mid-range shot.
Yeah, that's a smooth stroke, and you can easily see why he was such a big high school star. He was considered the star even when Jackson Shellstaff was on that team.
And Davion Burdette drives in, able to knock in the lay-in. Now Axemaker over to the wing. Micah Garrett from the arc, no good. Bennett Boss right there to grab the missed shot. And a three-point attempt for Burdette. That one no good. He was trying to answer for Garrett's three-point shot.
Oh.
And Cedric Barnes was going for it. He thought it tipped out of Micah Garrett, who was trying to get it to bounce off of, but the ref was right there.
Looked to me like he got that one, but I don't know. It's a weird angle looking at this game from the corner here.
Izzy Golden takes a seat. Isaiah Wallace back into the game. Titans up by 14 points. They've been in command since opening tip. And now it looks like we are going to get a timeout. Javon Blackmore was signaling to the ref, try to take a quick break. 68-54. Lane leads with 10:54 left to play. I mean, Lane sitting pretty comfortable right now, but obviously you can't take any time off. 10 minutes left. It's a lot of time. And 14 points seems like a lot, but it really isn't. I mean, Roadrunners, they can go on a run here. So what does Lane need to do in these final 10 minutes to try to secure this victory?
I think they need to defend the three. They've done that very well so far. Linn Benton only has 4 three-pointers, and Lane has 10, shooting 10 of 19, over 50%. That is absolutely fantastic, and I think they're going to probably look to get more interior looks. As you see that with the constant drives from Javon Blackmore, but I think that, a lot of teams right now in this situation would maybe slow the game down, but that doesn't seem like that's part of Lane's identity. I think they're going to keep on gunning, and with Javon Blackmore at the helm, I think that is the only option.
Let's not also forget, they got a lot of options, especially from shooting. Isaiah Wallace, Izzy Golden, who we haven't really seen much of those two in today's game. Wallace with only 5 points, Golden with 3 points. They've only each had 1 shot from the field, and it was actually Wallace has 2 shots, but he only made 1 three-pointer for both guys. So really interesting to see if these two guys get the ball a little more in these final 10 minutes.
Jacob Axemaker is in the game right now. And
Micah Garrett with a move inside. He gets fouled on the way up by Zimmerman. Kind of did a little crossover, went down the right alley. Back to what you were saying, Ryan.
Yeah, but Axemaker is another threat from behind the arc, and he has a smooth interior game too. Most of his shot diet is from 3, but back in the game right now, he's got 8 points right now, 2 of 4 from 3, 3 of 6 from the field, and he might get the ball a little bit more to act as a little bit of a decoy for Blackmore.
Garrett able to knock down both free throws. 70-54. Lane leads. Linn Benton trying to start some sort of run. And now Zimmerman in the post against Silas Wright, and he wins it. Now Javon Blackmore moving to his left, hands off to Isaiah Wallace. He goes to his right. Micah Garrett, little handoff. Axemaker, pump fake 3. Now Micah Garrett corner, back to Axemaker. And it looks like they'll reset. Blackmore, top of the key. Driving it in against Lapina. Going up with it, got tipped away by Cedric Barnes, but Blackmore able to just grab it and put it back for an easy 2 points. And now here's Burdette trying to answer with his own. That one no good. Silas Wright Down there in the post, able to come away with it.
Yeah, Burdett playing a little out of control today, attacking with reckless abandon, and he has a hard time kind of getting off the floor when he's running at full speed.
Here's Axemaker, top of the key. He'll spin move. That one no good. He had the bench standing up, hoping that one would go in. Made a little cross move at the top of the key, not able to get it to go. Now Burdett, top of the key. Blackmore came out of nowhere jumping, and Burdett able to hit it. Blackmore came in trying to swat it away, but the pump fake there from Burdett paid off as he's able to knock down the three.
Yeah, that could be a little bit of a momentum, a way to get back some momentum for Burdett. Getting back in rhythm with that three-pointer. Now
your Silas Wright gets out to Isaiah Wallace, then over to Axemaker. Now Micah Garrett. Get the screen, and he goes in against Cedric Barnes. It'll be a foul against Barnes. Garrett got wrapped up by Barnes as he was driving in. Todd Zimmerman, the head coach of Linn Benton, not really loving that call as Barnes is going to take a seat, and we'll get another timeout on the floor. Lane has remained pretty consistent to this game, 72-59 with 8:58 left to play. We'll step aside for a quick break. Rest of the second half coming your way, though, when we return. Micah Garrett will be at the free throw line coming out of the timeout. The Titans lead 72-59 over the Roadrunners.
What a game from the backcourt of Lane. In 25 minutes of action, Garrett has 22 now, and Blackmore has 18.
They've really been the bright spots, like you said, of the backcourt in this game. Not just in this game, but the whole entire year. It's been a combination of those two, alongside LeBounty and Silas Wright. Burdett was driving in, and he gets fouled on the way up. He'll go for the free throw line and shoot for two. It's almost like this team just has like so many duos. You got Blackmore and Garrett, and then you have LeBounty and Silas Wright, and then you also have Izzy Golden, Isaiah Wallace, Axemaker, and Junior Leggy. I mean, it's almost like these guys work in pairs pretty much, the way that some of these guys can complement each other.
Yeah, and it's an interestingly constructed team, and I do agree. It seems like when one of those guys is having a bad night or an off night, the other one can pick up.
Well, lucky for Micah Garrett and Javon Blackmore, neither of them are having a bad night. Now Blackmore driving in, going up with it. That one no good. Grabs his own miss. Look at the athleticism for Blackmore. Gets it to LeBounty inside, and LeBounty goes up with it and gets the and one.
Yeah, how about LeBounty?
How about Blackmore? He just went up there out of nowhere, able to grab the board and kick it inside LeBounty.
Yeah, he's been doing that all night. But, yeah, hats off to LeBounty. He's been really rising to the occasion. He's got the height advantage over TJ Zimmerman, and he's been using it to his advantage.
And it's crazy because Zimmerman's 6'5", LeBounty, or not LeBounty, Blackmore's only 6'1". And it feels like Blackmore's just been winning the battle all night against Zimmerman and everybody else in the paint. Now here's a fadeaway from Boss. That one no good. Axemaker comes away with it. He tipped it to LeBounty, And then Blackmore going to bring it up. 8 minutes exactly left to play in regulation. Isaiah Wallace, far corner, no good. Burdett comes away with it. He'll push it up quickly for the Roadrunners. Working against Blackmore, making a few dribble moves. Trying to find someone, ends up swinging over to Cannon. Now down low to Zimmerman, working against LeBounty in the post. He'll go up with it, no good. LeBounty got a hand on it, and they're going to call a foul, I believe, against Axemaker in the paint. It will be against Axemaker. It'll be his first foul of the night. It'll be an off-ball foul, so Linn Benton will inbound it from the baseline.
That was the second block of the night for LeBounty, and he just smothered Zimmerman.
Cade Smith hands it off to Burdett. Burdett working against Wallace, now down low. Zimmerman in the post, underneath the basket, going up with it. That one no good. And it looks like Zimmerman was able to draw the foul.
Late whistle.
It was a late whistle indeed. The bench of Lane is not loving that call, especially Coach Edwards. Now Zimmerman back to the free throw line and shoot for 2.
Yeah, I don't know if he wasn't exactly straight up. I think there was a little bit of an angle with the contest, but I'm not sure there was contact to warrant a foul there.
It's the 4th trip to the line tonight for TJ Zimmerman. Michael Lundy and Micah Young checking into the game for the Roadrunners. Zimmerman able to knock down the first one and have a night. He's up to 31 points now. He has just been on fire for the Roadrunners. But unfortunately, the rest of the team just hasn't had an answer to Lane's outstanding play here tonight. Now LeBounty in the post against Zimmerman. Gonna pass it behind his back to Axemaker. Now gets a screen from LeBounty. Out to Micah Garrett on the far arc. He's driving inside, goes up with it. That one no good. Michael Lundy coming up with it. They're gonna call a foul against Micah Garrett. A little bit too much contact there, fighting for the rebound.
That was a strong attack off the in and out dribble by Garrett. Got around his defender, but couldn't quite finish. He takes a seat now as Leggy comes back in.
So now Linn Benton is in the bonus. Any foul that Lane commits from here until the end, Linn Benton is going to the free throw line and shoot for at least 1, and if they make it, a second one. Michael Lundy knocks down the first one. So really now that Linn Benton is in the bonus, and considering they are one of the not too bad of a free throw shooting team, Lane really has to play a clean game up to this point.
Yeah, a 12-point lead is really not as big as it looks, especially in this really competitive conference.
Just under 7 minutes to play. Blackmore loses grip, ends up getting it back. And now he'll go around the screen. He'll go up with it against Zimmerman. That one no good. LeBounty got a hand on it, and it goes right back into Zimmerman. Here's a 3 from Golden. That one no good. And it bounces out outside the perimeter. Leggy comes away with it. Well, what a sequence of plays there for Lane. They were able to get a break.
That was a heads-up play, tipping it back to Blackmore.
Blackmore looking for someone to kick it to. Gets to Leggy. He lost his grip. Gets it down low to LeBounty. LeBounty post fadeaway, and he's going to get fouled against Zimmerman. He was yelling at the ref after that shot went up. He was calling for the foul, and he got the call. Todd Zimmerman, Linn Benton head coach, is not loving that call at all. LeBounty with 15 points on the night. 3rd trip to the line. Not able to make the first one.
Yeah, Lane's one of the better free throw shooting teams in this conference, and LeBounty is a solid free throw shooter for the center position at 68%, but couldn't connect there.
And LeBounty makes his second free throw, 1 of 2 from the line there. Linn Benton down by 13 points. Can they mount a comeback? 3-point attempt from Trey Cannon is no good. That tips in the hands of Labounty. Now Blackmore will bring it up. Looking for someone, calling for the screen. Instead kicks it to his right. Izzy Golden in the near corner. Now down low to Jacob Labounty. Labounty working against Zimmerman and wins that one. It's been those two all night long. It's been a pretty evenly matched, but Labounty able to win that match up there.
Yeah, Labounty has not been scared.
And now Burdett answers with a lane of his own. Roadrunners are not going anywhere. They're staying within reasonable distance of Lane here in the final minutes of this one. Now Izzy Golden gets stolen away by Burdett. He's pushing up court, gets it ahead to Kate Smith. Kate Smith all alone against Leggy, and no good. Leggy comes away with it, and now he'll get it across court to Izzy Golden, up to Jacob Axmaker, pump fake, over to Leggy, over to Blackmore, and now Lane's gonna reset.
Leggy making his presence felt on the defensive end, and you know he's been solid this game.
And Garrett finds Labounty going in. He goes up and gets the and one. And the crowd is loving it there from Jacob Labounty. A really nice feed though from Javon Blackmore. Going inside.
Oh yeah, that connection is an incredible one to watch. And all smiles for those two as they connect on the highlight play.
And actually, that was TJ Zimmerman's 5th foul. So like, he fouls out of the game. We had no idea, at least I didn't have any idea he was in foul trouble. So 5 fouls now, and Linn Benton's best player is out of this game heading into the final 5 minutes. Timeout on the floor. 5:10 left to play when we come back. So I believe on the last play that was actually a technical foul, still against TJ Zimmerman, which did count as his 5th foul, as Jacob Axmaker is at the line to shoot the technical foul. So either way, Zimmerman, he's out for the game now with 5 fouls. And that's a big loss for Linn Benton. I mean, they still were kind of in a good distance away from Lane, but now with their star player, I mean, it was almost crazy too. I looked down at my score sheet. You know, we've been so caught up in the points and the difference he's made on offense. We had no idea that he was in foul trouble going to that last play.
Yeah, and I think the Titans have really made it a point to attack him inside, and I think he's a better offensive player than he is a defender. And Labounty's been not shying away from contact, drawing a foul there, and now their best player's out, and that might be backbreaking for the Roadrunners.
It really might. I mean, David Burdett right behind Zimmerman for second most points tonight with 10 only. They've been spreading the ball pretty well, but Zimmerman's been doing a lot of the heavy lifting. And now what can Linn Benton do with just under 5 minutes left to play as Cade Smith drives in. He gets fouled against Leggy. Todd Zimmerman for Linn Benton was not loving the call against his star player Zimmerman. And now it looks like we'll take another timeout. Really, I mean, things were still looking promising for Linn Benton, and then now their star player gets out of the game with 5 fouls. I mean, what can the Roadrunners do now?
Well, I think they should probably get it inside to Cade Smith. You know, he's one of their taller players, and I think he has the interior presence that they're going to be losing with Zimmerman now out. But even with that, they're going to have to start making some threes, which they haven't really done. They've only hit 5 on the game, and Zimmerman hit 1 of them.
They really haven't taken a lot of 3-point shots in this one, and they're not exactly one of the best shooting, at least 3-point shooting teams in all of conference at 31%, 26 in the conference, and they show you why here tonight. Lane, they've done really good from 3, 10 of 22, 45%. And a big part of that really is they just gotten open looks. Linn Benton hasn't really had the opportunities to shoot threes like Lane has, and I think that's the reason that they haven't really been connecting. But I think, like you said, down here 84 to 66 with less than 5 minutes left. This might be the 5 minutes where you need to start chucking up threes.
Yeah, I think their identity on offense is going to have to change a lot. And, you know, Michael Lundy, he hit 1 3. He might be getting some more looks.
Yeah, Michael Lundy, Liam Spencer, and Cade Smith might be the 3 guys that need to be sharpshooters pretty much in these final 5 minutes of regulation. Second free throw from Cade Smith is no good, and it looks like they're going to call a foul, I believe. Might have been a
lane violation.
Lane violation against Isaiah Wallace.
Yeah.
So Cade Smith back to the line for that second free throw. And it pays off. Able to make that one. It's now 84 to 67.
They've got 5 minutes to come back from a 17 down.
Coach Edwards telling his team not to take their foot off the gas pedal. They've been averaging 78 points a game this year, and they're already over that average. Javon Blackmore goes down. He gets fouled.
He got tripped up a little bit, but he looks to be okay.
Now both teams are in the bonus, so any foul from this point on, they're going to the free throw line. Micah Garrett checking back in for Junior Leggy. And Blackmore to the line. Blackmore makes the first free throw. And is able to make the second 2 of 2 from the line there. Now up 19 points. Now here's Boss, 3-point attempt. No good there.
Look at how high he got up for that rebound. My goodness.
It's really so fun to see Javon Blackmore. And we said it before the game started that he's listed as a guard, but he could easily play the forward or center position with his athleticism and how high he goes. He just controls every part of the court when he's out there. As Blackmore drives in, it gets blocked by Burdett, but it gets blocked out of bounds, so it'll stay with Lane.
Yeah, he's gotten blocked and contested a few times, but he's not afraid to miss some shots because at the end of the day, those are still quality looks, and he has a chance to draw a foul.
Micah Garrett driving in from the baseline. That one no good. Grabs his own miss. Goes back up with it and gets fouled on the second putback shot attempt. So, barring any sort of major comeback by Linn Benton, Lane's going to finish up their season with a win and ultimately finish up the regular season with a 13-15 record. Still a losing record, but compared to last year, where they finished 10-18 on the year, it's a pretty good improvement and a trend in the right direction.
Yeah, I'd look for this program to continue to improve under C.J. Edwards. And he has some championship DNA. He won a championship from the Cascade Conference when he was at Corbin as the lead assistant. Looking to bring some of that experience over here.
And now here's a mid-range good from Bennett Boss. Yeah, you're right. The way this team was last year, these guys, the sophomores especially, have definitely stepped up. Micah Garrett, Jacob Labounty, they've all played big roles, but now they're going to be leaving. So now the question is, who's going to step up next? Will it be the recruits coming in, or will it be the freshmen, guys like Silas Wright and Kane Kruger, who we really haven't seen much? Same thing with Izzy Golden, too, which I think he's going to be a real big star next year for this team.
Well, shout out to Hawthorne LaPierre. He hasn't been playing in this game. He's been out for a while, but he's fun to watch.
Axemaker, actually, that was Labounty inside for the easy 2 points.
Yeah, LaPierre averaged 9.1 points per game in some pretty limited action, started a few games, and he'll be returning for next year, barring a transfer.
Cade Smith was trying to drive in towards the baseline, and he got fouled on the way up, I believe, against Micah Garrett, and he'll take a seat. Leggy will come in for him. 3 minutes left to play in regulation. Lane just looking to milk the clock at this point. Not a lot of time for the Roadrunners to have any sort of comeback. Cade Smith not able to make his first free throw. He knocks down the second. It's back to a 19-point deficit for the Roadrunners.
Pretty inefficient game from Cade Smith, only shooting 3 for 11 from the field, and he's got 9 points. Good for third on the team.
And now here's Isaiah Wallace. We'll see who ends up closing out the game for Lane, if it's the sophomores who are playing in their last home game. And here's Junior Leggy in the corner. That one no good. Cedric Barnes comes away with it. Right now it is all sophomores out there, so Coach Edwards, Lynn's guys have a little fun in their last home game here at Lane. Javon Blackmore on the right side of the court, just past half court. Gets a screen from Labonte, goes inside, little floater, and it's good. Just a soft touch from Javon Blackmore there. He's now up to 20 points on the night. And a block from Blackmore on the other end. He comes away with the rebound too. Wow, Trey Cannon just got rejected.
Javon Blackmore, everybody.
That little
what a player he is.
And he's got a little smile on his face. He's enjoying these last few minutes in a Titan uniform. Here's a three-pointer from Isaiah Wallace. That one no good off the front iron. Cannon comes away with it. Now here's Cedric Barnes working the post. Little spin move, trying to go inside. Now kicks it out to Cannon. Barnes in the corner. A three-point attempt is no good. Missed the rim entirely. Wallace comes away with it.
Kane Kruger checking into the game for his first minutes of the night, emptying the bench. Silas Wright coming in, and it's going to be a timeout.
So it looks like Coach Edwards is going to call a timeout to give his guys one last ovation. You said, Ryan, saw Kane Kruger on the bench. He called a few other guys as well, and just what a night overall for both teams. It's a really nice celebration. I mean, even though these guys, these players are only here for 2 years, they really make an impact in 2 seasons playing for these teams.
Yeah, and I think this is a basketball school, and you know these fans love their Titans, and you know these players play for a lot here. I think it's going to be it's going to be interesting to see this team develop next year and see the freshmen turn into sophomores and make a name for themselves.
So it's all freshmen out there except for Isaiah Wallace, who we'll see if he finishes this one. Turnaround fadeaway from Silas Wright is no good. 50 seconds left on the clock. Jeremiah Miller, who we haven't seen a lot this year. He's played in 19 games, but he's only started 1. He's also out there on the floor for the Titans. Trey Cannon at the line. Makes his first free throw.
So the Roadrunners, they're going to finish 8-7 in this round of conference play. 14-13 overall. And, you know, it's a really competitive conference. That's going to be good for a top 5 spot in the rankings for the conference, for the division, that is.
And really, I mean, like, we've said it all night, but this is just a really good win to end off the season for Lane. I mean, they came in not having the ideal season. They'll finish with below 500. The total record as Isaiah Wallace grabs the missed board and puts it back up. Possibly his last bucket in a Titan uniform. But this is just a really good game overall for both teams, especially for Lane coming away with a victory in the final game of the regular season.
think they can dribble it out now, or maybe
Isaiah
not.
Wallace got tripped up there against Trey Cannon. I believe he'll go to the free throw line, and he will. Not going to matter, though. Lane is going to win their final game of the regular season. And they'll finish the year with an even 8-8 in conference, 500. There's a lot of work to be done with this team, but I'll tell you, major improvement from last year. And I am excited to see where this team goes next year. Isaiah Wallace hits second free throw.
Yeah, only up, and really good note to end on with 95 points put up on the board.
Jeremiah Miller will bring it up court. Clock winding down, and the Titans able to pull out a victory in their season finale. A commanding win over Linn Benton, 95-72. And just a very good way to end off a season where a lot of up and downs, but they finished it with the up in this last game.
Yeah, just great performances up and down the roster. The team shot very well from three-point land, 41.7%, 10 of 24. And they shot well from the free throw line as well, 76%. And they're doing what they do best. They shoot a lot of threes, they make a lot of threes, and they make a lot of free throws as well. And that kind of carried them to the win.
So Lane is going to finish up the season 13-15 on the year, 8-8 in conference play. And they'll go to the offseason probably looking for a lot of transfers, get them on this roster and sophomore players, and we'll see how this team looks next year. But with Coach Edwards at the command post, you can expect a lot of good things out of this team in the coming years. Well, that'll do it from the campus of Lane Community College. For my color man, Ryan Oppenheimer, I'm Saul Gavon, saying so long and thank you for this entire season here calling Lane basketball. We'll be back next season in November here at Lane. Good night.